We're looking at a diagram that was drawn on Greg Michek's board in his office. It shows the condensing unit. There are two modules on this project, so this is one of the two modules shown. Moving from the upper right to the left, we see the remote evaporator. We see the electronic expansion valve drawn in black. Above that, the green square represents the electronic expansion valve controller. Moving down, we have a blue temperature bulb that will be strapped there. That's for the Frostat. That's a train item that will be train provided, connected to the train BAS. Moving down, we've got the temperature sensor there with the circle around it. On the far left is the air temperature sensor in the discharge duct of the air handler. And then moving down, we see the BAS. So the BAS has four outputs that are tied to the four compressor contactors, two in each mechanical module for the ASP condensing units. And then we show two of those lines going over and connecting to the lower right of the condensing unit for the start-stop signal. On the far bottom right, note 1 talks about the idea and the concept that the liquid line solenoid valve output from the air stack module is also the output that we want to use to go to the electronic expansion valve controller, and that will effectively put that electronic expansion valve controller to sleep and have it stop regulating whenever the compressors are not going to be in use. So the last thing to point out is that there's a suction line pressure sensor that connects to the electronic expansion valve controller. There is a liquid line temperature probe that connects to the electronic expansion valve controller. It receives 24 volts from the ASP module, and then it also receives the previously mentioned start-stop signal as to whether it should be regulating or not, and that's a parallel output coming from the liquid line solenoid valve output from the ASP controller. This is a quick tour of the four wiring diagrams that are mainly applicable to this system. I've got close-up views of the title blocks of each. So 2000-5446, this is 2000-5445. And this one is slightly modified. This is 2000-5447. It shows the linkage from terminal strip 1 to the electronic expansion valve. So right here in the middle, you see, we're going to zoom in on it, a black, a brown, and a white coming from terminal strip 1A, 3A, and 4A that's going to this next diagram, which is 2000-7677. And that's providing 24 volts common. And the third item is the regulate or not regulate signal. That's that parallel output from the liquid line solenoid valve, so that when compressors are not going to be in operation, the liquid line solenoid valve will be closed, and as well the electronic expansion valve is going to be put to sleep so that it's stopped its regulating calculation.